I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Ja, an der Stelle haben wir beim letzten Mal geendet und damit sage ich wieder Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Folge 9 von The Council. Und wir gucken jetzt mal, ob wir die Statuen in die richtige Richtung bewegen können. Dass sich hier irgendwas tut oder bewegt oder sonst was. Und ich denke, wir werden dafür eine Fähigkeit einsetzen. Am besten die Logik, würde ich sagen.
Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can this shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
So, und wie lange brauche ich jetzt, bis ich das so hinkriege, wie ich das gerade gesagt habe? Ich habe ja den Hang zum Vergessen. Die Laterne muss auf den Schild scheinen. Dazu muss die Laterne natürlich genau. So, was haben wir noch? Den Schwertfuzzi. Der sollte natürlich die Medusa angreifen. Und irgendwas haben wir jetzt noch verkehrt gemacht. Die Medusa selber müssen wir wahrscheinlich auch noch drehen, oder? Jetzt bin ich komplett durcheinander. Ich sag doch, ich kann mir keine 2 Minuten den Dings hier. Kann ja wohl nicht wahr sein. Können wir hier nochmal ohne...
Let's think. To vanquish
Genau.
the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can
Genau.
the shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea. But worth a
Genau,
shot.
also Schild zum Schwert und Laterne und Medusa zum Schild. Zack. Einmal so rum. Schild zum Schwert. Laterne zum Schild. Und Medusa auch zum Schild.
The origin of myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures.
Mal kurz noch hier das Buch mitnehmen, wenn es schon so auf dem
Text
Weg
is in
liegt.
French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Genau, aber das haben wir ja sowieso schon gemacht, dass sich das Schwert auf die Medusa richtet. Das war ja eigentlich logisch. Jetzt müssen wir nur noch die Medusa zum Schild drehen. Und dann sollte das eigentlich soweit passen. Das klingt doch schon mal gar nicht so schlecht. Okay, jetzt wird hier gleich der Kamin aufgehen, oder wie? Wow, oder vielleicht fährt auch einfach der ganze Kamin einmal rum. Okay.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Sind wir mal ehrlich. Oder? Ach komm.
I've discovered a hidden message from my mother. She explains how to find the secret room. Something must have attracted her here, so I've come to check it out. And you? What brings you here?
My, you're curious.
Let me guess.
Go on then, impress me.
Naja, das ist ja wohl offensichtlich, würde ich sagen.
You're spying on Mortimer, right?
Everyone is spying on Mortimer.
Shall I take that for a yes?
Take it as you please, but I wouldn't be surprised if all the guests were around here somewhere searching the manor. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine, and if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam. I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it. You're married. Why don't you wear a wedding ring?
You mean wear something just to prove your love? Not my style.
Das schränkt die Auswahl ja wieder mal enorm ein. Dann hilft wohl nur zurück.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the Golden Fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you? An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
So richtig kooperativ ist sie zwar nicht, aber wir drücken ja jetzt auf jeden Fall bei jedem Gegenstand
I bet
irgendeinen
you've read
Spruch.
them cover to cover.
Naturally.
Really? I'm curious. Tell me, What part stood out the most to you?
The passage where Mary says to Joseph, "Hey, you, shut up."
In other words, you haven't even opened one. Hey, Mortimer is the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art.
Okay, was immer das hier darstellen soll, die erinnert mich so ein bisschen an die 3 Trolle bei Herr der Ringe. Aber okay, keine Inschrift, dann lassen wir es mal gut sein.
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. I can just see Mortimer dressed in a toga, wearing a laurel wreath, strutting around his manor all day long.
You have a curious idea of Mortimer.
Why? He's eccentric, like all the English are, isn't he?
Well, if Peru stands for French grace, then if I were you, I wouldn't be making that sort of remark.
Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself. You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm
So,
busy.
was haben wir
Describe
denn
it to me.
Also König Artus ist es nicht, Genghis Khan hat wahrscheinlich eher ein
This
Säbel.
weapon is typically French, quite old, undoubtedly goes back to the Crusades. If it is a true Damask sword, it's worth more than a kingdom.
Dann ist es wahrscheinlich eher das hier.
It really does look like Joan of Arc's sword.
The famous Maid of Orleans, one of your favorite historical heroines.
You bet, given the number of English butts she kicked.
And we all know where that got her. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
A fragment of amber.
So, kommen wir jetzt da vielleicht
A
weiter?
manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Die einzige logische Erklärung ist eigentlich...
Several people have played the part of Mortimer, a part that has been passed down from generation to generation. Different men, but with one sole identity.
An intriguing hypothesis, and yet less twisted than some of my previous cases.
At last, you finally agree with me about something.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Why keep such a collection hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Okay, also... Das ist eine harte Nummer hier.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Okay, das wird jetzt hier wohl entscheidend werden, wie wir uns hier verhalten. Und deswegen nutzen wir gleich erstmal
I have done absolutely nothing.
Fertigkeit.
No to this, no to that. You ask for proof of trust, but when you get it, you turn a deaf ear. You are defiant, evasive, and paranoid. Go question your own motives. I've done all I can.
All right, fine. There's no point getting on your high horse, you know. So I'm wary, I grant you that. I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily. I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Okay, das wird eine harte Nuss, aber aufgrund der Zeit finden wir das beim nächsten Mal raus. Bis dahin sage ich danke und ciao, ciao.